Hey guys, this is Isha.
Hi, I'm Maya.
Welcome.
Welcome to the Hiubang Show.
Before we begin,
As always, guys, please subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, comment on this video, and turn your bell on.
so we're gonna react to the PewDiePie
slash
of Indian travel. PewDiePie of Indian travel.
AKA Karl Cox.
AKA Karl. Karl what?
Karl Cox.
Not Karl Cox.
That's a DJ.
That's a DJ. Karl Rocks.
Karl Rock.
Karl Cox. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so one of our subscriber, I
Yeah.
forgot the name. Let me check first.
So,
Is hold on. The guy's name is
Rohit.
Rohit.
Mr. Rohit.
Rohit K asked us to react to
React
this.
on why Steve Jobs and Zuckerberg visited India.
Before we watch,
Yeah.
let me guess. I believe that India is one of the biggest
Market
hub for technology.
for technology. So
A lot of
I
jobs,
think no wonder.
actually a lot of technology jobs
Yeah,
are outsourced to India.
Yep.
I think that's one of the main reasons.
We've seen that on previous videos, yeah.
And did you know, like Gojek? Gojek's tech now is being maintained by Indian software
Oh
houses.
yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's new.
For those of you who didn't know, Gojek is one of the biggest startup in Indonesia, and I believe, okay, the creator is Indonesian,
Yeah.
but the one who managed the technology today are Indian tech companies.
Oh, I just knew that.
Yeah. So I think a lot of reason when we talk about startup, when we talk about India, I think that's one of the main reason why Mark Zuckerberg
And
Steve Jobs go and visit India. However, let's see what Karl has to say.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Early here today in Uttarakhand to take you to a place where a lot of tech titans from Silicon Valley go for inspiration. But first, we've got to catch the bus. Whenever I'm traveling short distances in India, I always take local buses. You get more of a local feel and you have more interaction with people around you on these buses. The only problem is you need to be able to read Hindi if you want to be able to take them, or else it can be a bit hard because the signs aren't usually in English. Sometimes they are. But you can always just stop the bus and just ask them where they're going, and people are going to help you catch the bus.
This is the
Whether or
Silicon
not
Valley
you
of
can
India.
speak Hindi or read Hindi. This
Looks
dog
like-
really is
he's
not happy
going
with me
to
standing
the
here.
the place.
I can hear the bus from a mile away. You see the sign on the right side, and the sign, it's hard to read, but it says Nainital, the second word there.
Hindi tahu. Oh, he can read Hindi, yeah?
Hi, Bawali.
Metro Mini kayak gini.
This is a local bus, and you won't find...
Ini apa? Klakson.
And, wow, Longhorn. So this is a local bus, and you won't find many foreigners on these types of transportation because, you know, it's just a little bit harder than taking a taxi or taking a luxury bus. This bus is costing me 21 rupees to go from Bhimtal to Bawali. If I took a taxi, it would cost me, you know, probably 1,000 or 1,500 rupees. So it's really cost effective. So when you get on the bus, just let the driver know where you're going, and he'll usually stop at that destination and tell you to get off at that point. So the drivers are really helpful here. Steve Jobs came here in 1974 looking for enlightenment from a guru named Neem Karoli Baba, but the Baba had died 3 months prior. But it still is said that his time here and Neem Karoli Baba's favorite fruit, apples, inspired the Apple logo. Then in 2008, Mark Zuckerberg came here on advice from his mentor, which was, you know, Steve Jobs. And Steve said to Mark, come here and you can... It's a fly on my face. Facebook was going through a rough patch, so Mark went to his mentor Steve Jobs and said, you know, what should I do? And Steve said, come to this temple, come to Kainchi Temple, and contemplate the direction of your company. So Zuckerberg came here and stayed for 2 nights, and people say that it put his company on the right track after this visit. Larry Page from Google has been here, and Jeff Skoll from eBay has been here too. So let's go inside Kainchi Dham and find out why it's become a retreat for Silicon Valley. And I've just seen that they say cameras and photography is not allowed in here, so I'm gonna have to go try and get some permission to film in here. Okay, so I couldn't film in there. I went and asked for permission, and they just said they don't allow anybody to film in there, nobody, not TV crews, not movie crews, nobody. And I can respect that because they want it to be an ashram which is peaceful and people can come and not have vloggers and people running around. But I can film from the street, so let's go up there and I'll explain the temple to you. Right in front of us here is Kainchi Dham, and it became popular in the late 60s because an American author known as Baba Ramdas, he wrote a book about Neem Karoli Baba, and that really sparked the interest of foreigners in this place, and so they all started coming here to receive Neem Karoli Baba's blessings. Inside the complex is a Hanuman temple, but all the action is around this white temple which you can see, and this houses a statue of Neem Karoli Baba. This is where people come to get close to him. Behind these temples is an ashram complex where guests stay, and I couldn't go and check out the ashram because only guests can go and visit the ashram. And if you want to be a guest at the ashram, you've got to be recommended by another member of the ashram. Kainchi Dham isn't really that much of an interesting place to visit. You should only really visit if you're a follower of Neem Karoli Baba. Like, there's nothing else there to do or see. And the location of this ashram is actually really terrible. It's right on the side of a busy road with trucks going up and down all day, so it's really noisy. It's not that peaceful. If you want to go to an ashram, I'd say don't go to this one. I recommend you find one that is more remote. And so Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, and the rest, they're not Hindus, so I don't think these people are going there for the spiritual side of this ashram. They're going there for the peace and quiet, and when you have that peace and quiet, and when you practice yoga, and when you meditate, you're able to contemplate. Ancient Indian philosophers like Buddha, for them contemplation was finding truth. And for that, they had to leave their families, and they had to leave their lives behind, and they went wandering in the forest, because this is where they could contemplate best. This is where they could think best. We also live in societies which restrict our ability to think in new ways and to see new perspectives. So this is another reason to come out to these places, to get away from society and the way everybody thinks and the way society wants you to think. I've had similar experiences here as well. The last few days in Uttarakhand, I have been cut off from the internet, and I've been in the forests, and you know, there's nothing else to do but contemplate and but read books and fill your mind with ideas and just get the creative juices flowing. If you're doing yoga or meditation and you're somewhere so peaceful, you really can feel free and free to think whatever you want and create whatever you want. So there's definitely a benefit to going to these ashrams, or just going anywhere where you can find peace and where you can practice yoga and meditation quietly. There's also the angle that if you go there, you'll be blessed and your business will succeed, like Steve Jobs and like Mark Zuckerberg. I don't know about that, but let's see if my YouTube channel hits 1 million subscribers.
Nice. Help me hit 1 million. Okay.
Meditate. Maybe our YouTube subscriber will hit 50,000. No, I'm not asking for 100,000. I'm asking just for 50,000. Anyway, guys, that was very interesting. That was interesting because I know, because I've worked in Silicon Valley. There was this trend that every tech guru during my time there. There was a lot of, how do I put it, a lot of these tech founders, they found inner peace by having this so-called spiritual guru by their side.
Okay.
So there was a trend back then. So I don't know if it's still a trend now, but it's very interesting when you go to this place and you got cut off from the internet,
from the noise,
from the society.
World,
it's that one wall. Until today, actually, I try to imagine what it's like, you know? I mean, like, you know, like, do you have friends who goes to Bali and just to do like some spiritual journey or something like that?
I don't know, I don't know for sure.
Do you know the movie Eat, Love, Pray?
Yeah.
Eat, Love, Pray, right? So,
Julia Roberts.
So, one of the plot of the movie was Julia Roberts was she
went to India.
No, she went. I don't remember, but I remember she went to Bali.
Yeah.
The reason why she wants to, she canceled her engagement, right? And she wants to find herself, discover her journey and stuff like that. So after watching that movie, it kind of like made me think, you know, like, can I do that? You know?
Do the spiritual thing.
Yeah, spiritual journey. Like, can I just one day, just gonna come home, I'm gonna tell my wife, you know what? I'm gonna leave you for 1 month. I'm gonna find myself. Maybe I'm gonna go to India. I don't know if I can do that. You know, like you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. But you know, watching the video, it's kind of sparks an interest for me too.
I know.
To kind of do the same thing like
I know you're gonna say
Jobs
that. I know
and Zuckerberg.
Yeah,
But I don't know whether I can do that or not.
I mean, for example, okay, let's just say you have the money, you have the resources, and you have the time, and you have the permission from your husband, Anjar, right?
Yeah.
Where do you go?
Maybe just like, let's say for 1 week. And I don't know.
And then,
let's see how the result of that meditation.
Exactly. I thought it was very interesting. This so-called self-discovery.
Yeah.
This so-called spiritual journey. I mean, like Karl was telling us about Zuckerberg and the other people, the other jobs was like through this Baba, right?
Yeah.
This Baba who is telling us who is teaching the spiritual guidance and all that kind of stuff. I tried. I tried meditating at home. It's really hard. I don't know.
Maybe
The mind is just so crowded.
Keep flowing, yeah.
Yeah.
Many thoughts just keep flowing to our mind when we try to meditate.
Yeah, I even tried just YouTube how to meditate.
Yeah.
I tried the breathe in, breathe out, and then even say if you want to listen to the song, there's this Spotify playlist for meditation. So I thought that was I thought that was the hardest thing to do.
Even if it looks simple, but it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend who actually who told me that she meditates 6 hours per week.
Wow, that's cool.
I was like, I can't even last 2 minutes, man.
Yeah.
Not even 2 minutes, 30 seconds, man. I can't even. Anyway, that was very interesting. Very interesting.
Video. Enlightenment video.
As always,
thank you for watching and see you.
By the way, if you have any meditation tips, let us know. Thanks. Yep.